Yeah, that's what the way I found out
do you remember how to...
Okay. So like started. Like here, I'm gonna take center stage here. All right. So we're on. I introduced them to a website called Stumble Upon, and it's real cool. If you want to check it out, it's real cool. It's like
look it up.
I don't know how to really describe it.
It's like
stumble upon websites. Yeah, you put on like your interests and stuff, and then it randomly will generate some of the pages it has saved that have to do with those interests. So it's real cool. You just want to find random stuff. But we were talking about. Well, he stumbled upon this thing about alter vu, which is like deja vu, but I don't really know how to explain it well.
I can explain alter vu.
Oh, that made me dizzy.
Okay. So alter vu is where your memories conflict with reality. So if you remembered something always being this way, but then when you looked it up, it's like totally not that, but it's not just you. I feel like alter vu has to be multiple people, or it's just you
or it's just you being weird.
Yeah.
So what we realized, you can come back in, we're like both in the same. So what we realized is that, a lot of people have realized it's become a really big topic for the subject of alter vu. It's the Bernstein Bears, and like I remember reading the books of the Bernstein Bears when I was in there, and that's Bernstein, B-E-R-N-S-E-I or S-T-E-I-N, you know, like the German Steen kind of writing. And I remember, I swear to God, like you can ask anybody who like really knows me, like my family and stuff. I have good memory. I memorize stuff very easily. I don't normally even have to study for tests and stuff because I memorize them really quickly.
Keep talking. I'm going to look up a bunch of old children's books. It would blow my mind
if
there was something happening.
Here, I'll move into the center now. Hello, audience. And...
Oh, by the way, this is kind of weird. It's because we already filmed it. We got like 10 minutes and it cut out. So
and
we're
it
trying
cut
to
out.
redo
So
it.
we're trying to redo it for you guys to learn about. The Bernstein Bears. I said it B-E-R-N-S-T-E-I-N. They're not called the Bernstein Bears. They're called the Bernstein Bears. If you Google search it, it's going to autocorrect you. The Bernstein Bears. And they were talking about how it's a proof of like alter vu because a lot of people, especially like people our age, remember it to be Bernstein Bears. But now when you go look at it, for some reason it's Bernstein Bears.
No,
like even the books I
this
found
is some
Bernstein
bullshit.
Bears.
Look at this.
$10 on Amazon.
I pulled up like a Sega Genesis game. It's
say
fucking Stain.
The Sega Genesis game says Bernstein Bears.
No.
Like, dude, you can go back as far as you want. This one, no, but look. It says Bernstein.
They put Steen, but then you read the box art and it still says Stain.
Yeah. So okay, so like on this website, someone's trying to sell a Bernstein Bears game, but they typed Bernstein Bears as the thing.
As the title.
That's how you know, dude. Someone was like, oh, Bernstein Bears, yeah, Bernstein Bears. Oh, yeah, this is cool. Let's just sell this game. Oh, wait, that's not the title. Like, come on, man. And we were talking about before the thing cut out.
I like the boss music.
I don't know, man. I don't know how to really discuss this over again. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Just go look at it. I promise you, if you go back and look and think before you go look at anything, just sit there and think and try and remember. If you read those books, what was the name? What was the logo? If you type in Bernstein Bears, first thing on Google, the first thing when it autocorrects you to a page is talking about, besides the Wikipedia page, is how you spell Bernstein Bears. If you look at that and you read it, they're going to show you like a logo of the Bernstein Bears. That's the real logo. And then you look at the Bernstein Bears logo that's right next to it. You're going to look at that and you're going to realize, holy crap, that looks so real. Like, I remember that logo.
Looking at these books, like, covers on Google is so fucking creepy now.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
You look at the books, and I promise you, you look at that logo, and you're going to be like, oh my god, yeah, I remember that logo. That was on, like, all the books that I bought. That's a fake logo. It's a fake logo. Like, they said that they got a person to try and draw it from their memory, right? They tried to recreate it from their memory. and it's a fake, and that's what they remembered. But that logo never existed.
That's one of my favorites. I have an on a Gucci.
See this picture of the Berenstein Bears as puppets? That's how I feel right now. I feel like someone's like fucking with my reality.
Yeah, like dude, I remember this stuff. I'm very sure it was Baron, whatever.
Berenstein Bears.
Yeah, the Berenstein Bears. Beren. Same thing. That part I don't remember changing. I never could pronounce that when I was a kid, anyways. But the stain I remembered, or the steen I remembered, not the stain.
Gosh. What if we slowly, like, assimilated them? What if over time we don't even remember? What if we watch this video again and we're not talking about anything?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't keep going, because I've heard this before. That's how I was able to tell you.
Man, how far down the rabbit hole does it go?
They're a chiptune band.
And we were talking about, well, I mentioned something. This is going to be pretty weird. I mentioned something about...
Like they have them.
He just pulled up a picture of a Nazi bus, and this has subject to talk about. The Holocaust. There's a lot of people who, for some reason, I'm pretty sure it happened. I wouldn't know. I wasn't alive then, but I've seen pictures of it, and I know it happened. But there's a lot of people who claim that it didn't happen, no matter how much refutable proof you show them. And the question is, I'd have to meet them and be sure. Because I want to see if they're like nut jobs and so they're not reliable. Like, did it actually happen? I'm not claiming that the Holocaust didn't happen, or that it did, or, well, I am claiming that it did happen. I'm pretty sure it happened. That picture's the Berenstain Bears get kicked in the dick.
I didn't know there was a meme. There's a meme for them.
Yeah, I guess there's a meme. I
there
haven't
are
really
also
looked at that. But yeah,
a bunch of memes that talk about the Berenstain Bears being a part of the parallel universe thing.
You should cut out the Holocaust part that I just talked about.
No. I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I just don't want to offend somebody on here. Please don't get offended if, like, you're Jewish or something, and you're like, no, the internet rage on TJ. I hate him so much. I'm never gonna go watch his videos, but he doesn't have any videos on YouTube. He's a scrub lord. Lol. I don't hate Jews. I have plenty of Jewish friends.
Even on The
in Miami,
Simpsons,
there's a large
they're Berenstain Bears.
Huh?
Even on The Simpsons, they wrote it as Berenstain Bears.
Even on The Simpsons?
They wrote it like the way that's supposedly correct.
Yeah, dude. I think it's bull. Do you want me to stop this?
Yeah. Think about it. Are you in the universe you think you are? Stay tuned for
more content.
Guys, I just wanted to do a few quick shout-outs. So, shout out to Night Strike Vigilante, shout out to Kate Cherry, who is our latest subscriber, and shout out to Lucid Music. Stay tuned for more content. Here are a few quick fun facts. A fun fact about me is that I've met Chris Gore. You may remember him from Attack of the Show. He's the guy who would do like the DVD reviews on Attack of the Show. This was forever ago. This was at a past Dragon Con. But through that, we found that my bacon number is 3. And then TJ has met Chris Bosch. Or Chris Boss. I think it's Chris Bosch. Because TJ used to live in Miami, and he was in this programming thing. And Chris Bosch was very supportive of young people learning programming and getting into computers. So I actually got to like shake hands with Chris Bosch. So that was awesome. But his bacon number is 4. So we actually figured out what our bacon numbers are. Anyways, you guys stay tuned for more content. Hey guys, so a lot of people have been asking me, am I still fighting crime? And the main things that I've been doing have been helping people with paranormal issues over Fiverr, whether or not they need a location purified with positive energy, or they need a curse broken, or they just need some additional good fortune or good luck to help them along their way. Then I try and help them the best I can through paranormal means. When it comes to normal patrols, I haven't really had the time. I'm currently juggling 3 papers, an English paper, a psychology paper, and a philosophy paper. and I've just been rather busy with work. Of course, you guys may not notice that through these videos, but of course I can only film the videos when I have free time, so it's like in between all the work stuff. I try to catch like the great parts of life, but you know, sometimes you see me studying in the videos. It all depends. So yep, that's what I've been up to when it comes to crime fighting. If you guys want to know more information, post in the comment section below. Also, I have a question. I've noticed recently that when I speak, I stutter way more than I used to, and I feel that I'm thinking faster than I talk, because the way that I stutter is that I will say something ahead in my sentence. Like, I know what I want to say, but I'll say 2 words forward. I'll say something that is 2 words forward from what I actually mean to say. And then I kind of trip over my own words, and I have to think about it some more, and I'm not exactly sure what's happening. But have you guys noticed that? For people who have been watching the videos like over a course of time, have you noticed me like stutter more occasionally? Anyways, I like the fact that I make these videos because let's say I did suddenly have something happen to me where the way that I speak has changed, or something dramatically has changed in my personality. I'd be able to tell over the course of the videos, like rerouting myself through my own history, figure out where things changed and possibly figure out why. But anyways, that was just food for thought. You guys stay tuned for more content. Oh, and real quick, if you're interested in crime fighting in the paranormal, or what I've been doing over Fiverr, post comments in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you in one of these videos. So you guys stay tuned for more content. Hey guys, so something that a lot of people don't know about me is that I think Francis Bacon is awesome. Francis Bacon, aka Saint Germain, a lot of things that are known about him, like if you look at his documentary, are known through letters from other people from his time period. Accounts and hearsay, but a lot of it is not like straight from Saint Germain, like not information straight from the horse's mouth. And there were things where people said that he claimed that he has lived for hundreds of years, or that he was immortal. There were claims saying that, we never saw him eat or like drink. He would always do so in private, or did he? Like, did he even consume food? There are stories of like, was he a spy or was he not a spy? He got arrested for being a spy, but then they couldn't hold him because they didn't have any evidence on him, so they let him free, kind of thing. And he has become such a huge figure in history that now there are churches for Saint Germain, and people believe that he's become like an ascended master. Like, when he died, he became a representative of like violet energy. Like, I have a book called Instant Magic, and there's a whole section about Saint Germain being an ascended master. And it's really interesting to see how a person could become such a famous figure based on hearsay and like myths about them. Like, they don't just have a collection of myths about them, but they themselves have become legendary because people truly don't know what he was like to a full extent. It's the stories of other people. And that's what I wanted to get at, because there are people at UAH who know of Jet Black because I've been rather popular on Yik Yak. I don't even use Yik Yak, but I've become very popular on Yik Yak, and people have made fan fictions about me, plays, fan art. There are people on campus who pretend to be Jet Black. Yesterday, when I was playing League of Legends in the game room, I told this guy what my username was so that we could play together on League of Legends. And my username was JetBlackRLSH. So he was like, hey, you know, you're doing that thing because Jet Black on campus. And he told me about how he met Jet Black. But then TJ was like, whoa, you know, this is Jet Black. And I had never met this guy before, and he had never met me before. And he told me that there was a guy going around pretending to be Jet Black. And this isn't like the first time where I've met and interacted with people, and they're like, oh, you're Jet Black? I thought someone else was Jet Black. And that's really interesting. The idea that there are people who pretend to be Jet Black, There are stories about jet black that aren't true, or there are just fake stories that are like within the realm of possibility. Different things like that really interest me when it comes to this, because it reminds me a lot of Francis Bacon. How if you were to go around UAH right now and talk to a bunch of individual people, they would give you a whole bunch of different things about jet black. Some of the people who have met me, who know me really well, would tell you things that may not have even happened. Jordan the other day, if you've been keeping up with the vlog, said something like, during the summer I ran through the grass area of UAH wearing a cape, and that never happened. And she's like, yeah, I remember this. I remember this happening specifically. And on the vlog I kind of made like a big deal about it, and it probably was weird to watch that, but the reason why I was making such a big deal about it was because of this. It's like a stack up of things that I've noticed over time, where it seems like the myth of jet black is growing more and more, but is getting to the point where it's not just people who I don't know who have heard of me, but it's people that I know really well who are even like expanding this myth. And it's not like on purpose, not necessarily, but that's what it's getting to, is becoming that. And I don't think it's going to be on the same level as Francis Bacon necessarily, but I definitely find it interesting. There are a few specific examples I like to go over. One of my friends, Dalton, back in elementary school, back in Endeavor, he told me a story in middle school about where me and him hung out that I have no memory of whatsoever, but he claims that it's like a really cool story about like a time when we hung out in elementary school. And I feel like if you were to ask Dalton about me, he would then tell that story, which is crazy. And the only reason why I think it's crazy is because like I have no memory of it. Maybe it did happen, because that is so long ago, but even back in middle school when he told me that story, like I didn't remember the story he was talking about. That's what's weird. And I feel like stories like Dalton's and like Jordan's, when they're put into like the big conglomerate of myths about jet black, is going to kind of become a legend. That's what I'm hoping would happen. It just sounds cool, because the main reason why I like Francis Bacon is because that's how his legend was born. And it would be cool if like even in the modern age there are still modern legends like that, just to see them live on. Or more importantly, well, not more importantly, but more interestingly, for me to be one of those legends, it's kind of flattering and interesting. I would really like it if it was one of my friends, though, if they were put into like the legendary category, because then I could observe it. It's harder to observe a phenomenon when you are the phenomenon, if that makes sense. So let's see. Oh, and another thing, real quick, because I know the Wi-Fi is going to cut out any second. There is, back on PsyWikia, like way back in the day, there used to be like dark users, light users, and this weird name thing that was a combination of both, like people who use psychic abilities neutrally. There's this whole thing about Tarek, and it was back when Jason was admin, and I wrote a really big blog post about it over the summer. And this was like years ago that all this happened. But I went on PsyWikia like a couple years ago, or maybe like last year, I can't remember when. I got back on to see how much the community had changed, and there are people who don't believe that like light users and dark users were ever a thing, and they consider like that whole chapter of PsyWikia more as like a myth thing. Like I got on a chat and someone was like, oh, I've heard about you, and they were talking about how like there's no such thing as like dark users and light users, and it's really weird because it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago at all. that is amazing that it already has kind of reached like a myth status, and it's really interesting to look at. So what do you guys think about myths and like living legends? Post your opinions in the comment section below, and stay tuned for more content. Okay, some of you who may be researching the Mandela Effect, the Mandela Effect, which is also known as Alter Vu, may be getting a little creeped out, because the more that you find that you can actually relate to, the creepier it is. The Bernstein Bears versus the Bernstein Bears is a rather popular one. But another one that strikes me as being really creepy is Mirror Mirror on the Wall. If you watched Snow White when you were a little kid, there's a scene where, if you're like me, you remember the evil queen saying, "Mirror, mirror on the wall." But that is not what she says. She says, "Magic mirror on the wall." It's not mirror, mirror. And if you actually go to like a YouTube video that is just the scene of the queen saying "magic mirror on the wall," there are tons of people in the comment section just being like, "Whoa, it's been mirror, mirror. I've seen it thousands of times. I know it for a fact. It's never been magic mirror." But if you Google it, if you watch the film, it's magic mirror. It's never been mirror, mirror. And that's always what the weird thing about the Mandela Effect is that you see that like it's the case, and then you're like, oh, they changed it. But then you look back and you realize it's never the way you remembered it, and tons of other people remember it the same way you do. And it's definitely weird, because if it was just you who remembered it differently, then you could just say it was an altered memory. But when a whole bunch of people remember it differently, it gets really weird. And it's even weirder when you run into people who are like, "No, it was always magic mirror." Which, by the way, I haven't seen any comments like that at all. Like, of people saying, "Oh, I remember it as magic mirror, it was always magic mirror." That's weird. And I'm getting deeper into it. So you guys stay tuned for more content while I look more into it.